I want to discuss the road path I actually went through to become an IT system administrator. It has been a very, very long time I've been working as an IT service desk engineer, IT system admin. I think about 12, 13 years now. But before I started working as an IT admin, I never knew what an email address is. I never had an email address because when I came from Africa to the Netherlands, I never had an email address. I don't even own a computer. I don't own a mobile device. And when I came to the Netherlands, I was actually interested in computers. Well, my name is Kelvin Johnson. I create YouTube videos in my spare time, and I work as a full-time IT system administrator. Working as an IT system administrator has given me the opportunity to learn more about IT infrastructure. It all started actually in the Netherlands. So I was working in a restaurant, in an Italian restaurant, and working there, I never had a life. I always work from think 11 a.m. to I think from 11 a.m. to sometimes 10 p.m. in the evening. And I never had a life. I work Saturday, I work Sunday, and every day I begin to imagine, is this the life I want to actually live? Because mind you, I don't have knowledge of computer. And again, living in the Netherlands, if I want to go to school to become an IT system admin, I would definitely need to perfect the language. And I was speaking the language at that time, but the language, my Dutch language was not that perfect, was not actually very, very good. So what I did is I was working in a restaurant and I started, buying some extra books to learn the language, trying to speak it more often to actually improve my language. So after some time, my language begins to improve. And mind you, at this particular time when I was in the Netherlands, I have not been given the full permission to actually stay in the country. My fate is not yet decided if I can live in the Netherlands or if I will be told to leave the country. And at that moment also, I was not even allowed to go to school. So even if I want to go to school, I will not be allowed to go to school. So what I did is, but I was actually motivated. So I was doing some kind of online courses on computers, basic computer, how to actually set up an email address. And I created my first email address in the Netherlands. And then how to actually just know how the basics of computers. I got an old laptop. And also I just rip it off and begin to actually search how it works. At that time, I don't even have access to the internet. And at one time, I think after some years, I've already perfected part of the language. So I just decided that I want to go to school. So I went to an organization and I told them my aim and objectives. And the lady told me that, if we decide to actually allow you to go to school and the immigration now told you to leave the country, what are you going to do? So I told the lady that, listen, if I'm going to school and I've been told to leave the country, every single knowledge I've gained at that moment, I can use it anywhere I'm going to. The lady was actually impressed and said, okay, I will do my best for you to see if I can put you in school. So to my greatest surprise, that lady just contacted a school called Deltion College. So I went there for an interview and they actually accepted me to start going to that school. So I think we had about two black in that class, and I was the only guy who was still. The other guy, the black guy from Uganda, the guy had the Dutch nationality. So we are going to school, and I think the course was a 3 years course, kind of an IT service desk admin course. It was actually a 3 years course, but you have to do a lot of practicals. And at that time, I then realized that, I still need to improve on my Dutch because my writing, I could actually speak the language, but my writing was not that perfect enough. But the teachers at that time saw that I was actually motivated. So what they did is the following. They now linked me up. We have a kind of a mentor system at that school at that time. They now linked me up to become also a mentor to some of those Dutch students who are not actually motivated to go to school. So I was going to that school, I think after 2 years and a half, because that course was 3 years full time. So I stopped my restaurant work where I was working. I was only working there in the weekend. The boss was not actually happy with me, but at the same time, I just decided to do it for my future. So I think I was now kind of a mentor to some of these Dutch students who are not actually motivated to go to school. And after I did my training in Deltion College, I had the opportunity to work for two different companies. for I think visa basic component, and also I was working with the government. I did my internship training. I think it was a 5 months training. The first one was 5 months, and the second one was like 5 months training also with the provincie of Overijssel. The Netherlands is divided into 12 provinces, and I was working in one of the provinces, which is the provincial house in Zwolle, where I was also living, and my school, Delton College, was also in Zwolle. And when I was working in the provincial house, it's actually a government, because they actually determines what happens in the province of Overijssel. So after working there for 5 months, I was now told that I can actually apply to work as an IT service desk engineer. But I told them I'm not allowed to work full-time job for a company, because I'm still waiting on my fate if I can live in the Netherlands or not. So the director was actually shocked. He said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." He said, "But why?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "But you are very good. You are doing your job very good. Even the guy that was working with me, who was also kind of guiding me, teaching me some new skills and actually assisting me, that guy was able to go on a long holiday because the guy believed that I could actually do exactly the job he was doing. So they didn't actually want to lose me, but because I could not work at that moment, so they just decided to give me. I was able to actually work extra for like 3 months extra with them, full-time job. So I was there with them for 8 months. So after I finished my course as an IT service desk engineer, then I decided to actually go further to study system network engineering. It's almost 1.5 year training. So after doing that, also I also did a kind of a 5 months course with a different company, where I actually gained a lot of knowledge. Then after my training in the Netherlands, I got my diploma. Then I moved to Belgium with my partner. So in Belgium, what I did in Belgium is the following. So in Belgium, I started working in Belgium with my diploma from the Netherlands as an IT service desk engineer. And then I went to study a part-time course here in Belgium, kind of a bachelor's degree, but in between, they call it graduate, but it's kind of a more practicals. So there are some courses, for example, we didn't do French. We didn't do some of those courses. They just believe you don't need them if you are working in a company. So we did a lot of practicals, kind of graduates. They call it graduate. It's a graduated course, actually, kind of a middle bachelor course. It's a 3 years program, every 3-4 times a week, from like 6:30 in the evening to like 10:30 every single evening. So I did that for like 3 years, and after doing that for 3 years, I got my diploma, and I started working for a company. I was working at that time as an IT service desk engineer. So after working as an IT service desk engineer, then I now went to work for a company as an IT client system admin. And from there, I now started working as a consultant and system administrator and full-time system admin for the company where I'm working right now. So it actually been a long journey. So assuming I didn't make that decision to actually switch from working in the restaurant to become a full-time system admin, right now I'll be working in the restaurant. Working in the restaurant, I observed I didn't have weekends. I could not go to friends' birthday party, I could not visit friends and things like that. So I was just working and no time for myself. But I'm happy that I made that switch to become a full-time system IT system admin. And also with all the knowledge I've actually built up to this moment, gives me also the opportunity to be creating YouTube videos for others also who have issues. I've created a lot of videos on YouTube on how to resolve specific problem, and also to make sure that even if you have issues, I've had thousands of people who have actually contacted me through YouTube, through the comment section, sending me personal emails. I always try my possible best to reply to them as quick as possible. And please, if you are still watching this video, you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, try and be part of my subscribers. And also, if you have any question concerning IT service desk engineering, IT system admin, you can always send me a personal email or leave a comment in one of my videos, and I will always reply to your comment. If you think you have also personal things you want to discuss with me, send me your email address or request my email address. I will send it to you, and we can always discuss it privately. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video. My name is Kelvin Johnson, and I hope you've learned something from this video, my career path, and also being motivated to also do the same. Thank you very much, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye.